Hello, travelers. Welcome to Reach the World. For over 20 years, Reach the World has used virtual exchange to inspire youth to become curious, confident, and compassionate global citizens. My name is Tim, and I'm so glad you're joining us for today's Meet the World event. The Meet the World program builds positive personal connections between students in the US and different global cultures, all through direct interactions with real people who are excited to share their countries and cultures with you. For a complete listing of upcoming Meet the World livestream events, you can visit athome.reachtheworld.org. Today, we're connecting with 3 Fulbright foreign language teaching assistants from Thailand. We have Pavitra Yuratamakan. Hope I did all right, Pavitra. We have Fuanglada Chomchin, and we have Tirada Soda. And they are each teaching Thai at US universities this year. They're in the US teaching virtually, hopefully going to be able to teach in person soon. And they're joining us today to talk about Thai street food, the Thai street food scene, their favorite Thai dishes, perfect event for right around lunchtime. Before I turn things over to them, though, I want to welcome the teachers and students who are watching today's Meet the World livestream event. Please feel free to use the YouTube chat bar to let us know you're here, where you're joining from. We'd love to know that. And of course, that's the perfect spot to share any questions you have for our guests as they go along. If you drop them in the chat bar, I'll notice them and we'll be able to ask them at the end of their presentation. So we'll get to as many questions as we can in the next 30 minutes. And without any sort of additional delay, let's take a journey to Thailand. Pavitra, Fuanglada, Tirada, welcome to Reach the World.
Thank you, Tim. May I share the screen right now?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, all right, everyone. When we talk about Thailand, some of you may be wondering where Thailand is. Well, when we take a look at the map, we will see that Thailand is in Asian continent. It is right here. We have neighboring countries like Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia, and Malaysia. When we take a look closer, you see that you might see some cities that you feel familiar with. For example, Bangkok, which is the capital city of Thailand, Chiang Mai, and also Phuket, which is popular cities that many people come to travel. And when you look at the shape of Thailand, can you guess what it looks like? Well, many people said it looks like an axe. So somebody call it a golden axe. Now, when we take a look at a bigger picture, before we take a look at a bigger picture, we will see that Thailand has population approximately 70 million people. The language that we use is Thai language. And here is our national flag. We have 3 colors on it. Now, we can take a look at the bigger picture. You may see that Thailand is in the tropical zone. So in this area, many spices, herbs, and plants can grow well. They are used in many dishes in Thailand. So maybe that's the reason why Thai food or Thai dishes is aromatic and flavorful. Right now, we are going to talk about Thai street food. And we will talk about snack, different dishes, and dessert. First one is snack. Fuanglada will introduce you to her favorite snack.
Okay, thank you, Pavitra. Okay, so next slide, please.
Yes.
Yeah, my favorite snack for sure is fried insects. So I'd like to know, is there anyone who has ever snacked on fried insects? If yes, okay. So I want your opinion about that. Okay. So fried insects are exotic food in Thailand. Many of Thai people, including me, eat them as a snack. And if you are a food lover, Bangkok, our capital city, is a destination you shouldn't miss. And when you are in Bangkok, you should visit Khao San Road. Okay, Khao San Road is one of the unique streets in Bangkok. Uh, if you go there, you will see something different from city life. Okay, and there on Khao San Road, you will see a lot of mobile carts or stalls ply high with fried insects, as shown on this slide. And once you grab this exotic snack, you will reach the state of crispiness. And you might not notice before, fried insects are heavily rich in protein. Okay, so next slide, please. Before the insects are fried, the vendors will wash the insects at least 3 to 4 times until the vendors are really sure that the insects are clean. Okay, next please. After the insects were washed, they are fried with some Thai herbs, such as kaffir leaves or pandan leaves. The next slide, please. Okay. Um, to order the insects to eat is very simple. Okay, you just choose the bugs that look the most appealing to you. Then the vendors will use a small bowl to scoop the insect up and put them in a small plastic for you. Then the bugs will be seasoned with soy sauce and pepper and served to you. A small bowl of bags, a small bowl of bugs costs around 30 baht or $1. Okay, next slide, please. And my most favorite popular insects. The first one are grasshoppers. Okay, the grasshoppers, most of them are around 10 centimeters in length. And to eat them, just simple, you just crunch the entire grasshoppers into your mouth. That's all. Next slide, please. And my second most favorite insects are silkworms. As you can see on this slide, silkworms are very, very small, like they look like peels. So to eat them, you just swallow the entire silkworms into your mouth. That's all. And I want to tell you that Thai people also eat other bugs too. They eat bamboo worms. They eat crickets, and some of them eat scorpions and centipedes. So, but for me, I don't recommend you to eat scorpion because for me it's kind of dangerous. Okay, and eating insects is a must when you're traveling to Bangkok. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Fuanglada. Now let's move on to different dishes that we can like grab and go very easy in every part of Thailand. First of all, I would like to recommend you to my favorite dishes. They are noodle. Here are the first one. We call them bami. You can look at the noodle right here. If you look closer, you will see something like this, bami or egg noodle. The next one that I like is clear soup with sen mi, or it is rice vermicelli. You can add some different toppings like chili flakes or vegetables. The next one, you can see the pink soup right here. We call this menu yen tafo. I think it's not originally in Thailand, but later it's gradually adapted to Thai people's taste. When you look at the noodle, you see it's much thicker than the previous one. We call this kind of noodle sen yai or white rice noodle. And the last one, you can see the red soup and it looks very spicy. In this kind of soup, we call it tom yum soup. I think many of you have heard about tom yum or tom yum goong. We can also add this kind of soup in the noodle that we like and see different toppings like bean sprouts or crispy fried cheese that is made from rice and wheat and egg, I'm sorry. This kind of noodle that you see right now, it is called sen lek or thin rice noodle. Now, when you go to the noodle stall in Thailand, you can distinguish the types of the noodle that you like. Actually, noodle is very quick and easy to eat. Now you know how to customize your own dishes. First, you can choose the types of noodle that you like. Next, you can order it with or without soup. You can, if you want to drink the soup, it's okay. If you don't want it, you can just eat only the noodle. The next one, you can select the type of soup that you like. Just for example, the clear soup or the tom yum soup. At different places, use different broth. Some place they make the broth from chicken or pork or even beef. But here are the tips for you. If you are worried that it might be too spicy for you, you can say, my pet. All right, please remember this word, my pet. It means not spicy and you will be safe. The next thing to be careful is if you have food allergy, you should not order egg noodles because egg noodles are made from wheat. And if you order tom yum soup, please make sure that you are not allergic to peanuts. Okay. The next question that you might have is, how much are they? In general, noodle dishes are pretty cheap. You can buy it at a bargain price. It's just only about $1.50 or about $2 on average, but it should be less than $2 for street food. All right, next one. My second favorite dish is som tam. It looks spicy again, sorry for that. Som tam or papaya salad. Normally it will be around $1 or $2. And again, if you don't want it to be spicy, you can say, my pet, all right? You can order just one dish, or to make it fancier, you can enjoy it like a combo set. First, you can order stir-fry noodle to eat with som tam to reduce the spiciness. And it costs around $1.50. The next popular menu to go with som tam is fried chicken or grilled chicken. For around this size, it should be $1 or $2. And the last one, I think this is really healthy. It is grilled fish. You can see the white things that cover some part of the fish. It is salt. When they grill the fish, they cover them with salt in a thick layer. That's why after you cut it open, you see that the fish is well cooked but still juicy. So this is really recommended menu. But the fish is a little bit more expensive than other menus. It can be $2.5 or $3.8. It depends on the size and the weight of the fish. The last one, it is the menu that's so easy. You can like grab and go. You can buy it for breakfast. You can buy it for lunch or even for dinner. It's very easy. And the food that you see right here are fried pork or fried chicken. Normally, people will marinate it in the sauce, the garlic, and pepper, and then deep fry them. The price will be $1.50 for 100 grams. And here on your right-hand side, you see a skewer food. It is grilled pork, which is very popular for breakfast or maybe dinner. Children really loves it. The grilled pork for one stick, it is just about 30 cents or 40 cents. You can see a green thing right here. Do you know what are they? They are sticky rice. Sticky rice can go well with grilled meat, grilled pork, or fried chicken, fried pork. And for some places, you see the seller wrap the sticky rice with banana leaves to reduce the plastic waste. But it's still common that we use plastic bag for sticky rice. And this is the tips. You can enjoy the meat and the rice together. And the rice, sticky rice, is only about 50 to 30 cents for one small pack like this. Okay, these are all my favorite menus. Now let's move on to the dessert. Tiradaค่ะ.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing the food. You know, I am hungry, even though I had lunch already. And now after the entree, then we're gonna start to eat like dessert. So even though you eat very spicy food, and then if you then eat dessert afterward, and this will become more like, a lot more better, right? In Thai, dessert called Khong Wan. Khong Wan. Khong means stuff and Wan means sweet. Then stuff that's sweet, basically. Khong Wan, yeah. So there are tons of different menus of desserts in Thailand, but in here I would like to categorize them into 3 categories. First, coconut, the desserts that made from coconut, and then second, dessert made from mung bean, and last, dessert made from eggs. Let's see. Okay, these are all my favorite menus, and yeah, it made me miss home a lot now. Okay, first picture is called Kat Nom Krok. Kat Nom Krok, yeah, and it's very, very common street food. You can find this menu in every province if you go to Thailand, ranging from like street food to like fancy place. Khanom krok, you can have it for for only $1, 10 pieces for only $1. Yeah, and it's basically like coconut cream put in with like carrot and also a little bit of like corn. It just depends on what you choose the filling. Yeah. Yeah. Next is itim kati. You will see ice cream, right? Itim is from ice cream. Yeah. Itim kati. Kati is coconut, then coconut ice cream. And it's very cheap. It's only 32 cents. Actually, I typed it wrong, sorry. 32 cents to 50 cents in US currency, right? And then the last picture, I think the fan of Thai food might have had it before because it's very popular menu. It's called Khao Niao Mamuang. Yeah, and if you eat it in Thailand, it's a lot cheaper. It's only $1.50. And for mamuang is common food in Thailand, just like apple here in America. Yeah, you can find mamuang everywhere. Yeah, next please. And then these are the category, the snacks that made from mung bean. For the first one, yeah, look like fruits, like they look like fruits, but actually they made from mung bean. They call luk shuk, and this picture actually is my cooking. I made them, and yeah, it costs only about 65 cents for a pack, and you get about 6 pieces to 10 pieces for 65 cents. Okay, and the next picture you see it looked like a cake actually, right? But it's called mo gang, yeah, made from mung bean too, and it costs only 32 cents per piece. Yeah, and the third picture is called Tua guan. Tua guan. Yeah. They're about 10 pieces per pack or per box and cost only 60 cents only. Yeah. Yeah. And then the third category is made from eggs, right? Basically, Thai people, like in ancient time, we don't make snack from eggs, but because 700 years ago in Ayutthaya Kingdom, which is the precursor of modern Thai nowadays, there was a woman. She is Japanese, Portuguese, and she served the palace. She served the royal palace. Then she brought and kind of modified, adapted her Portuguese menu to become Thai dessert. Yeah, and it's spread all around the country nowadays. It's very common, and you can find it in every market of Thailand too. First one called Phoi Thong basically means the golden threads, and it costs about 32 cents per piece. You see, so in this box, there are many pieces. So this box is cost around, maybe 100 baht in Thai currency. But it's about maybe $3 for this box. And then we move to Tong Yip. Tong means golden. Yip is like this. Tong Yip. So again, it's 32 cents per piece. Yeah. And then the last picture is Tong Yard. Yard is to drop, like, a golden drop, things like that. Yeah. It's cost only 32 cents for 4 balls too. And if you don't like sweetness, I don't recommend you to eat these category of dessert because they are so sweet. Yeah. And if you interested in eating any menu, you can leave me a comment, in the chat box. So kind of a vote, which dessert would you like to try? Which one is the most appealing to you? Okay.
Thank you. If anyone have a question, we will be more than happy to answer them.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you all so much. I knew this was going to happen, but I'm super hungry now after hearing the presentations. Everything looks so delicious. I want to start with a question that we have in the chat box. I've never actually heard the word for not spicy, my pet.
Yeah.
Because everybody who I know loves Thai food, loves spicy food. So it's interesting for me to learn, but it's good to also know for people who don't like spicy food. But the question, and this is a perfect question for language teachers as well, from the chat bar from Raymond, is how do you say delicious, the English word delicious in Thai?
Aroi. You hear me? Aroi.
Okay, can you say it one more time? I'm sorry.
Aroi.
Aroi.
Great. Yes. Fantastic. Aroi.
Yes. Aroi.
Aroi.
Fantastic. I had a question really for all of you. The idea of street food, when you say street and food together, is not a really common concept in the United States. I wonder if you could just generally describe what street food is. When would you go searching for street food? Is it when you're looking for a big, full, fancy meal? Is it when you're looking for something quick? Is it when you're looking for something inexpensive? What are the benefits of street food?
Well, I think if you go to Thailand, street food can be found anywhere in Thailand, because I think it becomes part of Thai people's way of life. You can find like noodle stall along the road and some dessert shop at the market. But normally you can find street food in the evening. The reason that you can find it in the evening or in early morning, because street food, they don't have a big shade for customer to sit in. So if it sell during the day, it would be too difficult for customer. So they decided to sell you at the time like morning or evening. And when The most popular street food is night market. You can find it anywhere in Thailand. The night market, not only the street food that you can find, you can also find clothes, toys, and many more. It becomes a bigger and bigger market that people, like the whole family, can go together and enjoy both food and both something else that they are interested in. The one reason that the food that street food offer you is easy is that they don't have much space for you to sit, so you can just buy and go. You can eat there actually, but many people also prefer to buy and take it home.
Okay, wonderful. Fuanglada, in our chat, there's a lot of conversation about insects and trying insects as a snack. Several of our viewers have tried them and
Wow.
found it to be a great experience.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's something like crunchy, right?
Yeah, and maybe chocolate covered. Is that also an option for some of the insects?
You are inventing the new menu.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, and anything covered in chocolate is good, right? Fantastic. Well, at least our audience today is very open to trying fried insects after your description. Yeah. So thank you very much. I was interested to learn that, especially with eggs in Thai desserts, that there are influences of other culture in Thai cuisine. And I think that's something that's true across most cultures. I wondered are there any other aspects of Thai food that maybe have been, borrowed or adapted or included because they are also popular in neighboring countries?
Yeah, I thought about gang masaman. Yeah, gang masaman like has been influenced from Indian food. Yeah, because in Indian and Indonesian food, because in ancient time Thai trade with India and Indonesia. There's a lot of spice, and then we adopt the gang masaman from Indian people and make it to be Thai version, and it's one of the most popular Thai food too. Have you ever tried gang masaman?
Speaking for myself, no.
Yes,
but
yes,
you're doing a good job of selling it. I want to try it.
I've heard many of my friends call it yellow curry sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes. Yum. We had another great question from our online audience. Thailand is a very Buddhist country. Buddhism is very popular. Does that influence the cuisine in any way? Are there any adaptations or influences of Buddhism in what people eat or how they eat?
Yeah, in the next couple of weeks, there will be a festival called Thesakan Ginje, or Vegetarian Festival, in Thailand. And there will be a lot of stores and some neighborhood that sell only vegetarian food. And that the most popular venue is Chinatown in Thailand. Yeah, all of the stores will sell vegetarian food, and most of them are Chinese food, I would say. And you can find vegetarian food in every province of Thailand. Yeah, and that influence from Chinese Buddhism.
Very interesting. Thank you. Before we go, I can't not mention that you look to be wearing some items of traditional clothing, and I want we can only see from your neck up. So thank you, Fuanglada. That's incredible. It's really neat to see different sorts of traditional clothing from Thailand. Thank you so much for sharing those with us today. We have a really robust conversation online about what people want to eat and what they want to try. I think you've really helped us understand some of the great Thai food that people can try. And it's also worth noting that Thai food is very popular in the United States, and wherever you live across the country, there's a good chance if you look it up, you can find a Thai restaurant and you can try some of the things that we talked about today. So thank you all so much. We're right at our time limit for today, unfortunately, but I want to thank you for joining Reach the World. You've taught us so much about Thailand and Thai food. Thank you also to our entire live stream audience for going on this journey with us. Reach the World will be hosting many more Meet the World live stream events over the coming months, and you are all invited to virtually travel the world with us. So please visit athome.reachtheworld.org for more information. And again, thank you. We will see you all next time. Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ